The last straw. I've got. Hold on a second. So, oh wait, we can't even. Yeah, that one we can't even do because I haven't even gone that way yet. So it'd be this one. Timer minus 2 turns. I've only got so much time before she gets tired of this, which I can't even do anyway yet. So we gotta go. We're gonna go this way. What about Jade? Ursula knew about the prescience and the egregor.
I knew that MK had begun to communicate with Glory, but it would be some time before I understood how.
Okay.
Atina's prescients are usually unable to communicate directly with aspirations. They can only do so because of MK's modified egregor.
Oh, okay.
And, for quite a while, I had no idea such a substance existed.
That seems suspicious. That seems suspicious. It's news to me, too.
This new egregor, what does modified mean here?
In all honesty, I still don't know. It's more potent, that's for sure. Concentrated.
Okay.
It appears to have had an effect on Glory. She was never one for solitude, but now she's locked herself away in that pyramid of hers.
Or something's trapped her there.
Oh.
When I met Jade, she mentioned medical tests, MK and egregor, and I could guess what they'd been up to. But that's the extent of my knowledge. I have been trying to return to Reverie for the past 20 years.
Damn.
I knew that it was in danger, that it needed me, and now that I could communicate with it again. I cooperated with MK, hoping to find a way to return to Reverie and to free Glory from their grasp.
So she was even working with MK simply just to get back to Reverie, obviously to free Glory, but also to get back to Chaos, let's be honest here.
I know how it sounds. I can hear myself, and I'm not proud.
Yeah, you shouldn't be, Mama. She pauses for a moment, hands ringing themselves around one another.
After several weeks, I realized how wrong I was. The prescience, the modified egregor, was doing something to them.
What do you mean?
So I decided to escape to Reverie. From there, I thought I could...
She intended to stay there with Chaos, leave us all behind, live a magical life of eternal love with her beloved aspiration. She doesn't finish her sentence. Instead, she simply waves her hand through the air in my general direction.
I was so close to success when you interrupted.
There's a note in her voice that rings of pain, sorrow, and missed opportunities. She's wounded. I won't attack now. I won't attack ever. Okay, so I could, if I want to, do this one. I know this phase she's about to put an end to this discussion, or I can wait, lose a Chaos Crystal, and just get right after that. I know there's only so much time before she gets tired of this, and go the last straw, which I think that's what we'll do. We'll go here, we get this one. It's gossip time. What secret we learn today? Let's do this. We'll get this one unlocked. We'll hit this, and then we can continue on. I think that's the safest route right now. Safest being... I tell Ursula about the first impression of Jade.
After hearing Nora gush about her so much, I expected her to be different, I guess. She's so tired.
You don't understand. She's taken on an enormous task. It's exhausting to fight such injustice, especially for one so young.
You're not fighting, Mama.
Every time we met, she
You
looked
joined
more
them.
and more fatigued. Her mental health was suffering. Some of her friends enrolled in a medical program meant to provide assistance to lower-income residents. MK targeting the vulnerable, in other words. They came back badly hurt, and it raised questions Jade could not ignore.
Yeah, I don't blame her there.
Jade has more than one reason to be depressed.
Nora's very fond of her.
I'm not surprised. It's good that the two of them have been able to connect.
Interesting. So we really didn't learn a whole lot there, but... Since this no longer is available, here we go. We're going to lose one of our Chaos Crystals, but... I think this is the right option, the final straw. Ursula's clearly getting tired of all my questions. She won't meet my eyes, and she keeps flexing her fingers and hands. Oh, I said that backwards. Almost as though her joints hurt. Without another word, she stands up and starts pacing around the pool, hands clasped behind her back. Usually, she gets very still when she's deep in thought. It's rare for her to have a walk it off. I wonder what she's trying to process. I try to keep my cool and wait for her to come back. Okay, so this unlocks 2 new nodes. And now it's there. Okay. Ursula sits down next to me and lets out a long sigh.
I will apologize to all of you. I'm sorry, Polyhymnia.
Polyhymnia.
Yes, I was being selfish. And the plan was absurd. But it almost worked. And if it had, this whole island would be rid of MK by now.
Okay, fair.
You would all have been better off. For me, it was a one-way ticket to Reverie. But what is one life when you're acting for the benefit of thousands?
I never thought of it like that before. I would have lost my mother for her good if her plan had succeeded. We look at each other for a moment, not in opposition nor agreement. We simply observe one another. It's almost surreal.
Now, we have other matters to discuss.
Okay, so that opened up. Interesting enough, opened up this side here. But we don't get to go through that part, so... Now we go here. The beast with 2 heads. Ursula finally opens up about now. But now what? I tell Ursula about the situation in Reverie.
The other aspirations are worried about Glory. They can't reach her at all.
They're right to worry. I don't know what MK's modified egregor is doing to her, but she's likely not in good shape. No matter what you'll do next, Polyhymnia, I must warn you, I aim to continue with my plan. I want Glory deposed, and I want MK out of Reverie.
I mean, for the first time since the beginning of this conversation, I can hear the aspirations whispering at the back of my mind. Finally! It's only been a hot minute. And this is probably where we get to talk to him, right? So, have a bond crystal. We don't have a bond crystal. Have 2 chaos crystals. We don't have 2 chaos crystals. So we can either talk to Truth. Truth isn't built on lies. MK and Reverie are far more related than anticipated. Pry, our pity for the selfish. I know more about Ursula and Jade's relationship. Or a scornful reaction. I followed Power's advice. I know how Ursula was. A scornful reaction. Interestingly enough, I think I might be able to do all 3 and then just go right in the middle. Interesting. Okay, let's go Power first though. Scornful reaction. Power's stronghold. Wow, okay, so we just transported over here, huh? Power radiates a sense of stony hauteur?
Your mother thought she was stronger than all of us.
Oh.
She could have looked for a new oracle to help us. Instead, she refused to accept her fate.
Oh.
And she sought her own solution to our problem.
Okay.
Very presumptuous of her.
Interesting. Ursula asks me what I'm hearing. When I repeat it to her, she laughs.
Easy to say for someone who banished me from Reverie on the basis of some obscure celestial inhibition. There was nothing actually preventing me from being with Chaos. The aspirations just didn't think a human was good enough.
Okay. I'm gonna go through and do all of them, because, I mean, might as well. We can, so we might as well get all the stories, right? Bliss's Unbreakable Egg. Hi, Bliss. It's been a while. Bliss tucks her gamepad into one of her voluminous pockets and cocks her head to one side, thinking. Okay, so this is Bliss's unbreakable leg. The wood of Bliss lies under a protective shell. Only in this untouched space can she retain her innocence and joy. So she says so. Or she says so. The egg first appeared within the void of the first ages of Reverie, sheltered from the storm of raw nightmares of old. Bliss was born from her first dream of hearth. With the help of the first Oracle, Bliss expanded the egg significantly since then, adding more and more gadgets inside and protective devices outside.
I understand. I'd have been gutted to be cut out of Reverie. I mean, it's much more fun here, and Ursula loved us. But she didn't think about us. We starved without an Oracle to bring us a Gregor.
Ah.
No, a Gregor means we're half the aspirations we used to be, Sprout. It sucks, though. I feel sorry for her.
Interesting. Ursula isn't surprised to hear this.
Do you think I have no self-awareness? I know I was selfish. But I felt like I had lost everything. I didn't think I'd refuse to let go of my ties to Reverie. But I did.
Alright, and now we go here. We'll listen to Truth. We'll go listen to Truth. Truth's buried temple. We'll listen to all three of them. Right? Despite their usual icy aloftness, Truth seems vulnerable. Their stare is piercing, as though they're trying to compensate for what they can't see.
Be careful with her, Harmony. Your mother is a human playing God. She and Chaos threaten the very balance of Reverie. And now look at us. Uneven. Discordant. I forgive Chaos for imprisoning me. It is their nature. But to see how little our former Oracle has changed, it saddens me.
It's weird that he's crying out of his ears. Or his head. Not his eyes. That was kind of weird. Ursula isn't surprised by Truth's reaction. She actually smiles a little. I don't tell her that Truth sounds a bit intimidated.
Truth is certainly hoping you don't turn out to be a copy of your mother.
Oh, yeah. I don't think we need to worry about that. Alright, so now that we did that, now I should be able to do all of them. This one says one extra. I'm assuming, oh, because I need those three. Okay, so we just listened to Truth just for the heck of it then. Alright, so have a power crystal, we lose one and we gain a bond, or have a bliss crystal, we lose one and gain a truth. Show she can rely on you. Trust can only be built by more than one person. Sometimes the simplest truths can be dismissed, yet here they are. I mean, I'm gonna go with Truth. I don't want to lose a bliss shard, but it's out of the options, this is the best one that we have right here. I don't want to lose a bliss one, but instead of denying my anger, I embrace it. I have to tell her the truth.
You broke our trust. That hurt. But it hurt worse to see Laszlo and Nora in pain. Did you think we'd just move on? Never wonder where you'd gone? Never hoped you'd return? Did you think we'd forget you? Even when we came to get you, you were too proud to accept our help. Is it that inconvenient for us to love you? Is it such an imposition?
I'm getting too worked up. My composure's hanging on by a thread. I need to take a deep breath. She seems surprised to see me so mad. I don't think I've ever really gotten angry at her before. At least never like this. Once I'm done speaking, she nods.
Fair enough, my dear. I'd be mad if I were you.
That's it?
I thought you were all used to me pulling these kind of stunts.
I just blew up at her. Why does she seem almost affectionate? That's kind of weird. Kind of weird, not gonna lie. Kind of weird. Alright. Ursula ends the conversation. You had your fun, Polly, but your time is up. That wording does not sound good. Whatever vulnerabilities I've managed to expose seem to disappear as Ursula regains her usual level of strict composure.
At least my time at MK HQ gave me an idea of what to do next.
Oh, yeah?
I'm not ready to share it yet.
Oh,
We'll
okay.
discuss it tomorrow.
Sure.
After what you did, I'm certain MK knows we're onto them.
Okay.
Get ready, Polyhymnia. You probably won't need to keep your secrets much longer. We're going to need all the help we can muster.
Alright. That sounds ominous. Okay, so. Have 3 chaos crystals. Guess we don't have that one. Here, have a truth and a power, which we have both of those. Have a bliss and a bond, we have neither one of those, so we have to go here. We have to go here. Ursula smiles defiantly. Power's right, she tried to resist your words, but you left her no choice but to hear them. Ursula stares at me for a moment. There's a sparkle in her eyes. She looks at the pendant hanging on my chest again.
You've changed.
She makes it sound like a good thing.
You've become an adult. A grown woman. You saw on the augural that the conversation could go this way, and you chose this path. You chose to challenge me. I'm quite impressed.
Kind of terrified that she knows that. So, have 2 chaos crystals, perfectly balanced. Nah, you don't deserve to know what it is. So, New Horizons. This is the beginning of a much broader quest. Okay, a much broader quest? It can get more broader? Ursula stands up.
You've set foot on a cosmic path, but you've only just begun. And now you know you have an enemy to face to preserve Reverie and Brittle.
Mm-hmm.
How you accomplish this is up to you alone.
Okay.
I have my own ideas about how to proceed. I'd like us to work together. But again, that's up to you.
Fair. She walks me to the door. I'm not sure what to think. Alright, so that's the end of chapter 1. When she said I don't know what to think, that's how I feel right now. I don't know what to think. Genuinely, no clue. My brain hurts. That was so much lore dump right there with not a whole lot of aspirations. Oh man.